What's up, Internet World? We're the News 19 Nerds. I'm Leroy.
I'm Lauren.
So, Mandalorian.
Episode 6. We getting there. It's some movement, man. It's some movement.
This was a different episode.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I was hype. Because I knew this was Bill Burr's episode.
Yeah, man.
And I was like, Bill Burr in space.
That's basically what it was. With his Boston accent.
I couldn't see Pat. I was like, what sector you from, son?
Right. Bostonia.
So, this was episode where Mandalorian had to hook up with some old school mercenaries that he used to ride with. Some of his former partners before he became a better person. Baby Yoda's stepdad.
Stepdaddy.
So, we saw some cool people in this episode.
We did.
I really liked this one.
Yeah.
I really did.
I know there was a conversation about was this a better episode than episode 5. You still like episode 5
I still do, but the thing is, I don't like. So Anna Grace was asking us, was it better? And I didn't want to say it is or it isn't because everybody has their own, and I don't want to like influence you, be like, oh yeah, this is, because it was great.
Yeah.
It was great, but it was so unexpected, and it was funny. And I don't know if it was certain times it was supposed to be funny.
Yeah. I think sometimes, yeah, it was definitely some humor there. And who was the director for this one? This was
is Rick Fumiyama, I believe. And he brought some horror elements to me in this episode as it went on towards the end of it. Some of the things that you saw. We're not gonna get the spoilers, but it was a different feel from the Western that you normally get from.
Right.
That we normally get in this episode. Or these
I
episodes.
liked it though. I really enjoyed this.
I really did.
Giving me some more Yoby, some more Baby Yoda action.
And it's funny because
sort of.
we didn't see a lot of him, and the whole time I was wondering where he was.
Yeah.
Like where was he?
I know he ain't got these random people on this ship. And
it just
is it protecting Yoby still?
It really was a great episode, and it really shows you can have different people direct a show, and still get the same core. The show still flows, but have different takes on each episode where everybody's like, oh, I like this one, or I like this one, and it really is a very interesting way they're doing it. So
yeah, I like the way they combine. I guess that's what a lot of shows are doing now is combining directors like The Watchmen and but each episode still drives home the point of what what's going on. Which I mean, it goes to the talent of the directors and the writing and all that. So spoilers?
You can't hold it. Go ahead. Hold
That's cool and all.
So right here, I'm gonna put
Spoiler
spoilers up. So go ahead.
Yeah. So basically, they're on a journey. Mando comes to I don't even know what ship. They're just a ship suspended in the galaxy in some place.
He goes to his buddy.
Yeah.
You guys know him from Sons of Anarchy.
Sure do. Mark Boone Jr.
Man.
He looks the same in everything.
He does.
You can't miss him. He literally, I'm in Star Wars? All right, well, I'll just keep my beard and my hair.
I yelled out, we got Sons of Anarchy in space.
Man, he could have even braided his hair or something, braid his beard or give us some twists, something to give us space.
Did you look for a motorcycle in space?
That's what I was looking for. I was expecting him to have on gloves.
I literally looked for a motorcycle in space or like some type of
vest.
Sons of Anarchy.
It probably was in the scene.
He have his colors on.
Yeah.
So we got Mark Boone Jr., who was like, yo, what's up, Mando? I'm glad you're back. I got this team. I need you to...
I got a job
for you. And it was really...
You're the best.
It was a heist. We did space heist. We did a space heist.
But the thing was, Mando thought they were rescuing him from some lonely planet, whoever their friend was. And then they were like, wait a minute, we're going to...
It's funny.
It's a prison?
It's funny because the episode is set up to where Mando thinks one thing, and he's like, "Oh yeah, we need you, but we really needed the ship."
Yeah.
And you saw there was he didn't know everybody, but he knew one person.
Yeah, one person out of that crew.
He knew the woman.
Yeah.
Who was played by Natalia Tena.
Yeah.
And you know her from Harry Potter as.
Nymphadora. Don't call me Nymphadora.
I have not watched all the Harry Potter.
You need to. You need to read it.
Katie has gotten on me about that.
Yeah.
She's very adamant that I need to watch them. What you looking for?
I don't know what I'm looking for.
She's right
Oh,
there.
yeah, there she goes.
And so
Yeah.
I know her as Osha. I remember her for Osha in Game of Thrones when she took care of Bran. She was one of the wildlings. And I really liked her in Game of Thrones. And she killed it. And we also got Clancy Brown, who, I love Clancy Brown. I will always love him as Kruger.
Is that what you...
Did you ever see The Highlander?
No.
So he was the bad guy. He always plays a great bad guy, but he also plays a great good guy. But if you had watched, that's
okay, yeah. I've definitely seen him in.
He's done movies. A lot of voice actor work, and the funniest thing is, so he's been in.
Been a lot of stuff.
He's been a lot of stuff, but the coolest thing is, a lot of people realize that he was in Clone Wars. He was a voice actor in Clone Wars, and he played a character named Savage Opress, spelled Savage Opress.
Okay.
He voiced. He was one of the same characters. He's one of the same race as Darth Maul. He was a different character. Yeah,
okay.
Same race.
So I feel like he might still be that same.
He's not.
He's not that same person, but it looks like the same race.
He's not the same race. Those are two different races. But they're two different races.
But
he was the
Mando
muscle.
realized he could take some fire to the face. He's a demon
so
of some sort.
Yeah, Clancy Brown, and then you had
Bill Burr,
who. Is it just me, or did you think he was gonna start cursing in the Star Wars?
I did, and I was
show?
like, Lord, this is Disney now. Does he know this? Because kicking in things, and when he discovered Yoby, I for sure thought he was like, what the is this? I was ready for that.
I really did, and you know what? Much respect to Bill Burr.
Yeah, for holding that back, because I know you wanted to.
I've seen his comedy. I love his comedy. Sometimes it is a bit much because he's always yelling.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel sometimes he's yelling at me, and then I'm like,
let's get the director's cut because I know he got some edits.
And then I'm like, am I the black Bill Burr? Because he's just angry, he's just yelling at people.
You're working on it.
I'm trying, but he was hilarious.
And I think at one point, so they're on they take Mando's ship to go to rescue break out
to do a prison break.
A prison break, basically.
Which Mando doesn't realize it's a New Republic ship.
Yeah, he gets there like, wait a minute now.
He's like, and it's almost like, I can't remember what movie it was when he's like, are we the bad guys?
Yeah. But that's the moment when he realized, dang, I'm sitting here trying to do a good thing, save Yoby from all this mess, and then I just need some money, though.
I'm trying to be a good single dad.
Yeah. Just trying to hustle out here.
Trying to get these best par out here. Get him some bone broth.
Right. That's all we're trying to do. And then, so they get to the ship, break into the ship, and Bill Burr kind of shows us his gunslinging there, where one just pops up there like,
the funny thing is, and so Michael brings this up, because Michael's not here. He's still off. He's on vacation. But Michael brought this up. He said, for a show that mainly deals in a Western and samurai motif, this episode had a nice change of pace using heist and horror themes. But he said, Bill Burr's great, but it's hard for me to take him as a character in Star Wars and not just Bill Burr. And the one thing he said was, this is the first episode where I thought Mando was a competent bounty hunter. Because remember when they first got to the ship, the droids, and Mando took all of them out without any help. Yeah. And Bill Burr was like, nah, let's see. And it was almost kind of like what you guys were saying, is this dude really as bad as they say he is? And it seemed like every time we turn around, somebody was testing him, which gave credence to your theories. Y'all were like, how was he the best and always getting his ass kicked?
Right, always. Everywhere.
But it goes back to that point you guys made. This is the first time you saw him as like, this is the reason why you are who you are. Yeah,
and so I guess he is living up to his name, but also I didn't realize he didn't like killing people for real. Like a Batman type situation.
Unless, it almost is like
I'm killing these droids.
Not unless he had to. Now he still hates droids.
Yeah,
and that was interesting. A lot of people have been complaining, not you guys, not on the channel.
Yeah, like if he hates droids so much, how is he cool with Zero even touching his shit?
But the thing is, he kind of had to.
Yeah.
And one of the coolest things I thought was, a lot of people have been complaining that the episodes don't follow a theme or not. Each episode is individual. They're episodic. And there is a theme throughout the whole thing because there are things that you see in one episode that plays directly into this one. So we know he doesn't like droids. And that literally goes through every episode. Because when he saw Zero, and Zero was like, I'm going to do the flying, you saw him like...
Yeah, what you mean?
He had to chill. He had to like...
Flying?
He had to dial it back. And he was like, Zero's in there touching his stuff. And you saw
man.
that like... The way he was looking at him, that stuff travels through all these episodes. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Shout out to Yoby. Giving us cute moments as well as thinking that he was doing something when he really wasn't. Because, I mean, Zero figured out, it was like, there's something else on the ship, so he's going to figure out what's on the ship. Finds Yoby in the little cubby hole, and he's like, oh, he about to try to attack me? Okay. I'm going to use the Force. And he closed his eyes, and he's like, I can do it! And then... Zero got shot from behind, and Yobi's looking at his hand like, did it work? And it's like, nah, it's Mando.
Mando to the rescue.
Mando to the rescue. That was so cute, because he was like, I did it before, maybe I can do it again, you know.
It really goes to show you that these episodes have a different, each one is unique and different, because this had a very big horror element to it. So if you look at in the beginning where Mando was working with the mercenaries to rescue who we find out is Quinn, and then they lock Mando in the cell. Mando gets out and hunts each of them down.
Okay, yeah, so it's like we don't know where he is. Let's figure this out.
And so like
he's blocking all the.
Remember where Bill Burr was like, "Is that him?" I really got like that whole aliens on the spaceship, the red colors, the flashing lights.
Yeah, the red definitely was I guess because I'm used to just ridiculous kind of horror movies at this point in life, which I'm trying to stay away from it. So yeah, I can see how this definitely has those horror elements. The color red is jarring. And it's just like lights flashing and sounds. And then I thought what was smart on his part, he knew. I don't think he knew at the beginning that he was about to get double-crossed. But once he realized he was going to get double-crossed, he was like, okay, or that he was double-crossed, he was like, all right, Mando was saying basically, I'm going to make sure that I don't get double-crossed again. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, can't get fooled.
And you really did get the feeling he didn't trust these people. They didn't trust him. They were a crew. And it's almost like when you go to maybe a new school or new job or something like that, you're the new guy. Or new girl, and you're the odd man, odd girl out, and they already have their little cliques established. And he was like, and it was like he came back. They're all on the same page, but they didn't have the same goals. And you saw that when Mando was like, "There's somebody on board. There's a human on board," and he was like, "You told me there was all droids," and they had the whole standoff in space where everybody was like. And it literally was like...
Dang.
I mean, and it really...
He looked young, too.
It really was one of those things where you were like, man, this is really cool. And I've always felt like Mando was the best, and I know other people didn't. But this episode really showed how bad he was, or is, because he not only escaped his cell, took all of them out, got the money, took it back, they were going to turn on him. And he
placed that tracking device there.
And
that's what I was trying to get to about him not being double-crossed twice.
It was really good. And so Michael brings up, you talked about the tracking device. Nice touch. Michael says, nice touch having all the X-Wing pilots be different directors from Mandalorian episodes. So
really?
Each of the X-Wing pilots who had the helmets on.
Yeah. All right. You won't be able to hear.
I mean, I got it. Wear it.
Yeah, okay.
So each of the X-Wing pilots were different directors from each episode.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I thought that was cool, and one of them was Dave Fillion.
Is that for a kid-sized head? I feel like that was kind of tight on your head. You got a size kid.
Yes, I have a kid-sized hand. My wife picks at me all the time. We'll be sitting down and she'll just rub her head. She's like, it's just palmable. One of my homeboys is like, man, my kid's head is bigger than yours.
You can always wear those kid-sized hats.
I actually have one. It was cheaper.
Wow. All right.
Where do you don't get this anywhere else here.
Meanwhile, my head is with the hair, it's huge.
Yeah. So yeah, they were all the X-Wing pilots were directors from other episodes, which is cool. One of them being Dave Fillion, who was, again, if you watch, a lot of these episodes have like little Easter eggs or little throwbacks to the Clone Wars and Rebels. You can see on Disney Plus.
I'm gonna start watching Clone Wars. I didn't think I was gonna watch it, and I was like, let me just go ahead and.
There are some at the beginning. I will say this: the beginning of Clone Wars starts a little slow. It is it is a kid friendly show. As it goes on, my wife is a former teacher, and I asked her, what are you allowed, like, what age group are you teaching terrorism? They get into some very deep episodes on that show. And the show grows to me as a kid who's young, watches it and is growing up.
Oh, okay.
And so I thought it was very well done. You get to meet Ahsoka on the show, but there's like a lot of little Easter eggs, and that's why I mentioned Clancy Brown. You got to see him in Star Wars, and his voice is unique. Like, I knew that was Clancy Brown before I even saw him. Like, I just knew that voice was just him, because he is so recognizable. And whenever he's in a show or a movie, you're like, that's him. That's Clancy Brown. He also did, he was Lex Luthor in the animated. Yep. So he's done a lot of work, so it was cool to see him. I really enjoyed. Also, it's from Ohio.
Yeah, I was seeing Urbana. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Shout out to Ohio.
Shots to OU.
216-440.
513.
330.
That's the only one I know.
All that.
So yeah, it really was a really good episode, and now I'm conflicted because I'm like, each episode builds. And it's almost like each episode is almost better than the last to a certain extent, or it brings something new to the table that you didn't expect.
2 is still my fave.
Really?
Because that's like...
That's the one.
That's the one.
Where you fell in love with him?
Yeah. Even more so than the first peak of the...
Man, that peak, though. That first peak. I really wish we could go back and watch other people watch that episode.
That's what I didn't want to tell my mom. So I told my mom that she needed to watch this show. My mom is like, hasn't really dabbled in Disney Plus that much yet until now. And I was like, Ma, you gotta watch the show, you gotta watch the show. And she was like, why, why? I'm like, just watch it. She's like, why? I'm like, because. So y'all know I like to spoil stuff, but I did not spoil anything.
Good job
for her. And now she's trying to find a plush Yoby, and I guess she ordered one online.
But they ain't coming out until
they're not coming back. She was like, I thought I was gonna get it for Christmas. They said it wasn't gonna be here until April. I was like, yeah, Ma.
Yeah, the earliest you get that is 20.
Yeah, I don't know.
You can go to Hot Topic or the Disney, and you can buy like shirts. You can buy like little tchotchkes. You can buy the pop lock things that go in the back of your phone.
But she don't want that. She wants.
Yeah, everybody
she wants like this size, basically.
It's interesting because I know Disney probably lost a little bit of money not having it before Christmas.
Yeah.
But I will say this. Bravo to Disney and Star Wars for not spoiling that by having toys ready for Christmas. Because that's how a lot of stuff gets spoiled.
But there could have been some pre-production there.
I don't know enough about how toy manufacturing works.
I don't either.
But from what Pedro Pascal said was, and he was the first one that I heard say it, he was like, Disney and Star Wars, Disney really said, we're okay with losing a little bit of money on the front end for this big reveal for the people who got Disney Plus. Yeah. Because we wanted it to be a surprise. And it seems to have worked out because Yoby is taking over the...
Yeah, I mean, like, I think every day I see a tweet about him, a GIF or something, or a meme or anything. So he's definitely just has taken over the internet. And people just, want more. That's why I'm like, I like to see more of him. But you still, in this episode, you saw him.
It's like you see just enough.
And that's one thing I liked about Bill Burr in this episode is when he saw Yoby on the ship, he was like, what is this thing?
Yeah.
And that goes back to, people not knowing about that race and what exactly Yoda was. Because, Yoda's long gone at this point.
This is the third one of this race we've seen in all of Star Wars. From the movies and the TV shows.
And they don't show up, he doesn't show up at all in Clone Wars?
Nope.
Or like, is Yoda in Clone Wars?
Yoda's in Clone Wars, but that's it.
That's it.
That's it. And so, and again, it's interesting that they took that loss for the good of a show.
Yeah.
For that show, for a lot of people dump on corporations. This was actually them saying we're going to forego some profits for the sake of the story.
I still need that merch though.
I mean, we do, but it's going to be here. And let's be honest, they probably held off because on May 4th, you will have all the Yoby merchandise you want. And it's going to be what? Star Wars Day. So they about to clean up in May.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really make sure I got all of Michael's points.
Do we know if this is gonna because we have the 20th? That's when episode 9 comes out. Do we know at all if they're gonna tie into? Mandalorian?
We don't know if. I'm kind of hoping it doesn't. I'm kind of hoping it lives on its own, and they tell a story that doesn't have to.
I just had an idea.
What?
What if we get teenage Yoby and?
Stop.
Episode 9.
Like Teenage Groot.
Yeah, like Teenage Groot. He over there playing games.
When he was like, I am Groot. And they were like, whoa!
Come on, man. Shut your mouth.
I don't think they would do that.
I'd be here for that, though. Disney, come on. Just add that in. Just like a fast edit.
I want to make sure I got all of
Give him some acne.
Because Michael said, I'm not following you up. I'm not. Michael said, if I'm not needed, I have some notes that I'd like you to read on my behalf. So,
what other notes does he have?
I want to make sure. He says, I like that many of the episodes are self-contained and have a beginning, middle, end, which is great because we talked about Watchmen. We do a weekly Watchmen. There's so much in those episodes, like Westworld and all these other TV shows that are so dense. This is just good to just turn on one and done.
Now, we didn't get who picked up. I forgot her name that quick. I had it in my in the back of my head, and I forgot it. In the 5th episode, who picked up? Now where'd she go?
What are you looking for?
Ming-Na win.
Yeah. Now
so who picked her up at the end of the episode? I thought we were gonna have that in this episode.
That's the cool thing. So we know there's something there. We know that these 3 individuals are still alive, so they can always come back. So that's, to me, you have a great cast of characters. You also have Carl Weathers, a.k.a. Grief Karga. We know he's still out there. We still hadn't seen Werner Herzog.
Yeah.
And so we know all these people are out there, but it's just fun to have an episode where you're like, cool.
Yeah.
One and done, and you're just like, man, that was great.
Another success by Mando as he flies off into the universe.
So I won't lie. When I saw
a galaxy far, far away.
When I saw the tracker, and I was like, are we going to get other spaceships and a TV show? And those X-Wings came through. I was like, yo! And this is a cool thing.
Where they at? Don't we have
there's one over there.
This one?
Yeah, there's one there and there's one right over there.
Cause I'm about to say, hold on.
So you had the X-Wings. It shows the damage those X-Wings can do quickly. Like
they were like he has a ship a fighter ship that's gearing up. Oh, okay.
They just took out that ship. So that was cool. Let me make sure I get all of Michael's points.
You know how when they have when things get blown up in space, there's that line, there's that blow up in line. I was expecting that. We didn't get that. So they didn't destroy the whole ship.
They did mess it up. They jacked it up. Yeah. There's gonna be some repairs.
Where you ride away and it's like shoot in that line.
Now this is the thing that Michael brought up that I thought was interesting.
Because that's what happened in space.
That you kind of brought up before we start talking about it. He says it didn't like the extra crew members. Thought they all were annoying, but maybe that's the point.
The extra crew members,
the mercenaries.
Yeah, I mean,
I did not like Clancy Brown's character, and I hated Quinn. Quinn, when Quinn said, "Get me off this ship," and he was like, "What about your sister?" And he was like,
"I don't care."
And my boy was like, "Nice family," and I was like, "Yo."
I liked him because
I just was like, "That's dirty, man."
Because clearly him and Mando had some beef back in the day.
But you just love your sister who came to rescue you.
But he's already like in a. He was captured for some reason, so we're already thinking he did something, whether it's innocent or not. I mean, somebody thinks he did something.
Mando left him, and that's how he got captured.
Yeah. But it's like, I was cool with it, and like his little outfit, it just looked like he was a bro kind of a thing. So
he looked like a
a
tool.
purple bro.
He looked like a tool, man. He looked like somebody.
That's what he looked like.
Man, I was like, I don't like you, and I'm glad you got caught. But Michael was saying that he didn't like them.
Yeah,
and they were
cute. And I hope you rise it.
Man, I really did not like. I didn't see it that way. I thought they were good bad guys.
Okay.
People you weren't supposed to like because they were terrible people, and it made you realize that Mando wasn't always a good.
Yeah, I'm like, how does he know these people?
Yeah, because he used to hang out with scum.
Yeah.
The scum and villainy of the universe.
Yeah, we worked together last time. Because the only person he really worked with was Mark Boone Jr.
But he also worked with old girl Natalia's character because she knew him, and then Quinn knew him too. Because remember, Quinn said, "You left me, so we gonna leave you."
Right.
So I really liked it. I know we don't have many episodes left.
Nope. Because was it 9?
Yeah.
Is it 9 episodes?
I think so. I can't remember right now off the top of my head.
Let's look and see how many pages in. 8.
8 episodes. So
we got 2 more left, y'all. 2 more 30-minute episodes with about 6 minutes of credits. So.
Let's be honest. 2019 brought it.
Yeah.
We had The Watchmen this year, Mandalorian, and we're like just on pins and needles, just what's gonna happen next?
Spies in Disguise. Did that come out already?
I hope it did, and I hope it didn't do well. You don't
I think Spies in Disguise comes out soon.
No.
But this year?
No.
Bad Boys 3 is coming out next year.
Starting off the year right.
Yep.
Starting off the year right.
So we got that to look forward to.
Yeah, I'm really loving The Mandalorian, and I'm really like the character. I can't wait because I know so far still I love Mandalorian, I love Baby Yoda, but still I love Gina Carano.
Yeah.
And I really liked her character, and I'm hoping and it's
Carl
cool.
Weathers,
and you know what? It's interesting because it used to be back in the day where you'd watch a show like this and everybody wanted to be the bad guy.
Yeah, I think that's still the case though.
But in these episodes, everybody has like, I'm gonna be the film character of the day, like the character of the week, and you get to do your character part, then you get to dip. Yeah, that's got to be fun for an actor to come in, and just. I was on
Star Wars.
Yeah, and like you couldn't be in the movie, but I don't know, man.
Got these
TV shows episodes. These are cool because now you could be like, I'm gonna get an action figure.
Yeah.
I mean, that's got to be cool. Like Bill Burr, as filthy and foul-mouthed as he is, he's about to be a Funko Pop, man. He's going to be a kid-sized Funko Pop. But the funniest thing is, how do you tell kids you can't watch the other stuff Bill Burr does?
Nope. I was like, no, what in the world? Was he on Breaking Bad? He's on Breaking Bad too, right?
He's on I think he's on Seeking Salt. He might have been on Breaking. I think I'm not. You know what? We got the thing right here.
Internet at our fingertips.
I'm honestly not sure because I don't believe he was in. I think he was, but it's been so long since I watched. Right here. Yeah, you do.
Yeah, he was in Breaking Bad.
Cause he worked for Saul. Remember? Cause he worked with Saul. Who was the big black guy? I'm trying to remember. Who also worked with Saul? Because they worked together.
Lord, I don't know.
I'm trying. Like it's been a while since I've seen that.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's Breaking Bad. F is for Family. His Netflix specials. So Bill Burr is. Hats off to Bill Burr. I've always loved him as a comedian. Again, what did you guys think about the episode? Tell us what was your favorite part. Where do you see these next 2 episodes? Because I swear we're going to get like a big season finale where they're going to be like,
but wait, there's more.
Here's Boba Fett, or here's something big is going to happen. And they're going to be like...
Was Boba Fett still... Well, I guess, yeah.
He could still be alive. He could still... I mean, a lot of people are speculating that was Boba Fett who picked up Ming-Na Finnick in that episode at the end. So, I don't know if it's him. I know the internet is speculating. I'm just along for the ride. But what do you guys think? Like, what do you think those 2 episodes going to be big? I mean, they started off with... Here's and Baby Yoda.
Maybe Yoby will give us another force opportunity.
I don't know, man. I'm just excited.
Because this was so cute, and he licked his hand like, did it work? And then, bruh, no, it didn't. But in the end, he got his little silver ball he wanted. So
I love how the best part. I told you that wasn't gonna work.
Right.
It's like
told you we shouldn't have come here. Nobody. He didn't say anything to you about coming to this place. He's just along for the ride.
He talked to Yoby like I talked to my dog.
I mean, and yeah, like, is he a pet? He's a child.
He's a child, but and there ain't too much he can do. He's just along for the ride.
Why can't he speak?
He's not ready yet. Man, the internet's gonna lose their mind when his first word he says is Mando.
Yo, you know what I was just thinking about at the end of Planet of the Apes? The
girl?
No, it's not the end of it. In the middle, when Caesar speaks, and you have like all the different, he's in that containment with all the different apes.
Yeah.
And the gorilla's like, when he's like, whoa, and the gorilla's like, it's gonna be one of those.
I think the first words he's gonna say is Mando.
I guess. Or the Force.
No, he's gonna say, "This is the way."
Yes. And then it's gonna go to black, and then we're gonna get the line to blow up in the line.
You would just blow up.
Y'all know what I'm talking about, though.
Space explosion.
You know what I'm talking about, that space explosion blow up line?
Guys, we're out. Like, comment, subscribe. We're on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, the YouTube.
This is why we're not directors.
And WOTech.com. We're out.